everybody. My name is Jan Garrett, and it's blossom time again. It's spring 2021, May actually, one of my very favorite months. And as you can see, everything is in bloom again. We're just coming to the end, I hope, or nearing the end of this really intense year of the COVID-19 pandemic, which started, we got locked down in March of 2020. And shortly after that, I began to write this song with JD and David Roth. The song is called Alive. So what you're going to hear now is kind of a little a collage that I made throughout this last year, sort of following the aliveness in these trees, in our neighborhood, and in the world. It's kind of the evolution of a song, I guess you might say. And always coming from that place of the heart and knowing that that awake awareness, that aliveness, that is really who we are, is happening through all the evolutionary phases. So in the wild world, in the natural world, and also, I think, inside of us. So please just stay tuned, and we'll take you on this little journey, alive. Hi, everybody. Jan Garrett here. Welcome to our neighborhood. You know, I just wanted to talk a little bit. I wanted to talk a little bit about this song that I've been writing, that I started writing with JD and David Roth a while ago. I'll just say that when we began the song, we were really concerned in the news items that were coming out about the coronavirus pandemic. It kept talking about the number of deaths, just deaths. And we felt disturbed a little bit by that, and we liked much better when a couple of the news anchors started saying, instead of the number of deaths, saying the number of precious lives lost. So we started writing this song with that premise, but we were writing over Zoom separately. JD and I were here, and David lives on the East Coast, and there was a lot more time and space in between us than what normally happens when you're writing a song. So it was really interesting. So what started happening is that each of us kind of began to go in a little bit of a different direction, and we're coming up with 3 different songs. But I wanted to say something about the song that I'm coming up with, because as I would take a walk, you know, with all this crazy stuff on the news, I would go outside, and this is what I would come into contact with. It's like the blossoms are going crazy in our neighborhood. There are birds singing here that I haven't heard maybe ever. It's incredible. The bees are happy as can be. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything, everywhere I look, the world is alive and doing really well. So it has made me sort of focus in on that beautiful balance, that centered place where the aliveness sort of springs from. And so anyway, that's what this song is about. And I think I'm going to end up calling it Alive. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and I just want to send love to all of you, and thanks so much for listening. So the lilacs are going crazy in our neighborhood this year, and it has inspired me, even in the midst of the traffic, to make a little video for granddaughter Lucy, 3 years old. Hi, Lucy. It's Baba. Come with me. I want to show you these really pretty blossoms. These are lilacs. I don't know if you can see them. You see how pretty they are? Sometimes they're kind of light colored like this, and sometimes, can you see these over here? They're a little bit darker. But here's the thing, I forgot to tell you about the bees. You know when we were talking about the bees the other day? So here's the deal. when the bees come, these smell so pretty and it attracts the bees. So the bees come, and inside the tiny little flowers, there's this stuff called nectar. It's this really yummy stuff that the bees like to drink. And then they take the nectar and they take it back to their home, to the hives. And then all the bees come together and they make this thing called the honeycomb out of wax. And all the bees come together and they make honey in the hives. And there are some people that are really friendly with the bees. They're called beekeepers. And the bees like them, and then they can come, and the bees let them come and take the honey. And they bring the honey back. And then we all get to have honey from the bees, and it's really great. And because the honey is so sweet, I think that it helps us to remember that we can be sweet to ourselves and to each other. And that's the lesson of the lilacs and the bees. Talk to you soon.
So we're coming up into the Hunter Creek Wilderness area now, just in time for the spring runoff. JD and I love to go hiking here in this beautiful aspen grove where you can see the wind shimmering through those leaves. And today, there's something else really special that's happening we weren't imagining.
Hello. You guys make a good video. I wasn't expecting this. This is great. Thanks.
So, one thing that's really helped me and JD get through this pandemic year has been our Saturday Songs and Stories video series that we've been doing for you guys, especially coming into these wilderness areas like this, so we could tell the story behind the song. But enough about us, because really, one of the best parts of summer for us is family. Rolling down the hill, right? And then you always have to come back up again. Good job, guys.
Hi again. As you can see, things have changed since the last time we were here. This little tree that used to be full of those beautiful blossoms in the springtime has gone through a lovely, long, warm summer. And here we are, September now, September 2020. And actually, I think today is the autumnal equinox. But as you can see, the blossoms have changed and turned into these beautiful little crab apples, these little baby fruits. And they're all over the neighborhood now. Where there used to be blossoms, that aliveness has turned into this. I love it that even in the midst of what I would call the madness, here we are, we're still in the thick of this global pandemic. Things are very challenging. There's a lot of changes going on now, not only here in our neighborhood, but all over the world. And and the election is coming up soon, so things are pretty dicey there. It's easy, I will say for me, it's easy sometimes to get kind of caught up in what looks like is happening out in the world and get a bit freaked out about it. But what I find really comforting is to be able to come back as I see this on the outside, but also inside myself, and just really check in deeply with that aliveness, you know, that essence, that what I would call divine love intelligence that's continuing. Even though it might change form a little bit, it's still here. So one thing that's really cool I want to say about this tree is that in a little while, as we go on into the autumn season, the leaves will turn gold and they'll drop off. But these fruits will stay on this tree. So even next winter, you know, in the bleakest part of the midwinter, they will still be here. And the little birds that have been hanging around, which will be very hungry by that time, will be able to come and eat the little fruit off this tree. And that will sustain them through the rest of the winter and bring them on into the springtime again. So this song that I did finish, by the way, which is called Alive, I'm hoping will remind all of us of that, just that everything's really alive and well. And as we check into that and as we focus on that, all kinds of magic can happen, do you know, that we weren't even thinking about, that we could not have even conceived of. That's it, you know. That's what I'm voting for. So thanks, you guys, for continuing to just stay tuned. Really appreciate you.
Everything is alive and well today. And the sun says, hold your head up high. And the moon says, take your time. And this breath we know will come and go. So good to be alive. Just so good to be alive. I will be forever grateful for the summers I have seen and the falls that I have weathered through the years. And although my heart is breaking for the ones that I have lost, I am singing through my tears. I feel like we are not abandoned, we are not alone. This love rides with us as we go. The connection we've been looking for is closer than we know. We've arrived, we're already home. We're alive, and we're already home. So the birds have definitely found our little winter tree, and they're really enjoying those baby crab apples. And look who else came to our neighborhood. I love this. This guy came in, he totally zeroed in on our yard. He missed all the neighbors because he just loved this snack. Late winter now. And as we can see, it's March 2021, and those crab apples are gone. It's still snowing up in the high country, but you can begin to feel that underneath all of that, spring is starting to green up again here with the aspen groves, and also blossoming in our neighborhood.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Well, it's a gorgeous spring afternoon, May 2021, and it looks like we've pretty much come full circle from when we started talking about this song, Alive. Actually, it looks like it's going to rain any minute, but I just want to say to all of you, thank you so much for continuing to tune in, for listening, and yeah, all is well. Everything is alive and well today.
Will I go out for a walk today? It's a wild world in every way.